So I'm back here again with another video. I got the grills on this one, got the slugs. So what's goody homes? So discipline is gonna make you trust yourself more. Like nobody talks about this, but like the more you keep the promises to yourself, the more you're gonna be able to trust yourself. You know what I mean? Like, but we don't have that awareness though. Like what's discipline, right? You know, you're consistently doing something that you said you was going to do. I always use the gym. The gym is the best example. I could use another one though, like work on your business. Working on your business after your 9 to 5 to consistently do that, you know, 4 times out of the week. You know, you making a promise to yourself that you're gonna follow through and commit to this. That's building trust in yourself. But you got to put the awareness on it. That's what we tend to fail to do. We don't put that kind of awareness because it's like, I keep on doing something, that's me building trust in that certain activity that I keep on doing. I think sometimes we move by action without thinking, because the discipline, you're acting on something, you're performing an action repeatedly. But have you ever stopped and put your thoughts on it? Put your mind towards what you're doing, towards like what's going on, like the bigger picture. It's a lot more than you just working on your business or you going to gym or you sticking to a diet, you know? It's like, wow, I'm really following through with this. I really said I was going to do this and I'm doing it every day. I'm doing it every time I said that I would. Like, did you peep that? Did you peep that? You peeped how you keep on following through with your promises? That's how you build trust. But sometimes we don't see it that way. But yes, you are building trust because now you trust yourself more to do what you said you was going to do. Because there's proof for it. There's proof. Sometimes when we start something like in the very beginning, you know, you have a little bit of doubt because there's no proof that you're going to follow through. But when you've been disciplined and you've been keeping it up for like 1 week and then 2 weeks and then like a month and then a month turns to half a year, like, you are really going through with this. You really following through. You can trust yourself. Oh, I said I was going to do this. I'm getting it done. And there's proof for it now. When you just started off, there's no proof because you haven't built up your reps yet. You haven't stacked your days yet. But as you're doing it, it's like, dang, I did that. And it's a fact because I know I woke up at 5 a.m. every day. You know, there's proof for it now. That's a lot more trust. Discipline. That's something that we don't realize discipline can actually do for us. And that's a boost of confidence, let me tell you. That's a boost in your self-esteem. Because you trust, you know you can rely, like you dependable now. You know you can depend on yourself to follow through with that. And let's not even start off on that. Let's say you've been disciplined with one thing. That's indication like, okay, I've been disciplined with one. I could do something else too. And then, boo, you add in another thing. It's like, dang, I can handle my own here and I can handle this too simultaneously. That's a hard worker right there. That's somebody you can rely on. That's a dependable person. That's somebody you follow through. That's somebody, even though this is you, think about, you know, we all been in the job market before. We all been there. That's something even a boss would like the employee to do. Oh, I put him on, or put her on this schedule for these days, and they showed up on time every single time. Stayed as long as I needed them to. You come, even to a boss, you're dependable, and you gotta look at yourself like that. Word, it's a shift that happens. You're kind of shifting too, because like I said before, it's like you wasn't too sure, but now you have this proof that you've been doing what you've been doing because you've been having the discipline. There's a shift. Doubt is kind of eliminated because it's just like, well, when I was starting off, I wasn't sure. But now, like, I know this. I've been doing this week after week. There's proof. So now it's like, you know, I said on my last video, it's like, that's another way you can kind of shift from I think, oh, no, now I know. And sometimes we don't get to that I know phase until there's proof. But at this point, there's no reason for you to be like, oh, I think I can still follow through with this. What? You've been disciplined? You've been showing up for yourself back to back, and you still think, nah, you gotta shift into know, you gotta know you the one who doing it. You doing your thing. Like, you trust, like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym at 9 a.m. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from those certain foods. I'm gonna not ruminate on the same, like, even with mental stuff. Like, sometimes we caught up thinking about the same thing over and over again. And you had a mental discipline. Like, I'm not about to think about that no more. I'm gonna get over that situation. Being disciplined. You trust yourself that you can do that. Kind of change. It's like, no more, I'm not doubtful, I'm certain. I'm not doubtful, I know. I feel it. And as you're on this path to, like, as you're going down this road of, like, discipline and consistency, it kind of exposes however you thought before. If you have any self-limited beliefs, kind of ties into the last point I just made. You know, if you were a doubtful person, you know, as you become disciplined, it's going to expose that in you. And you're going to know, that is what you're going to notice. Because as you're trying to be consistent with a certain thing, even if it's like school, I'm going to make sure I study at least an hour on Saturday and Sunday instead of just spending the whole day on my ass. Like, you know, you notice that. You notice that. And if you're still doubtful, you know, you're going to see it in your conscious mind. You know, even if you're still following through and a part of you is still like, dang, I don't know if I can keep up with this. It's going to be exposed. It's no longer in the dark no more. Whatever self-limiting beliefs, if you have that, I can't. But, like, how? If you're saying I can't do this, but yet you're still showing up, if you're still having doubts and believing that the goal can be accomplished and you're still showing up, it's how you think it's going to be exposed. Because it's like how you think does not correlate to what you're actually doing. Because even if your mind, if you kind of in the back of your head feel like I can't, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this, or like there's a possibility this goal won't be reached, but your actions is telling you otherwise, it's gonna get confusing. So whatever self-limiting beliefs that you have before, it's going to be exposed. And that's another opportunity where you can start building more trust in yourself. Because it's like, you know what? Because I have been showing up. So there's no reason for me to think like this. I trust I can continue to follow through because I've been doing that. You have physical proof at this point. It's not even, honestly, I do feel like believing is seeing, but at this point, you got physical proof what you've been doing. So it's just like, there's no reason not to. And that's going to be an argument to whatever self-limiting beliefs you have in your mind. I'm trying to tell you, this discipline, you're going to really trust yourself. And you're going to start feeling like you can do anything. You can do anything. You know, discipline one thing, especially if you kept on going through it when you didn't feel like it. Because let me tell you, discipline is mad easy when you feel like it. When you in the mood to do whatever the goal is or whatever the activity is. When you're in the mood to eat a healthier option instead of the ice cream or the cinnamon rolls. I mean, wow. And even though, because like for me, I have to be good too. You feel me? Sometimes I want the fried chicken. But I still stay disciplined with the grilled chicken, for example, because I want to make sure I'm healthy. You know, I'm not overdoing it. But you know what? I still follow through even if I didn't feel like it. So that's another thing I wanted to express on. Like, it's going to make you demand control. More control than your emotions have. Because I feel like as humans, we kind of operate based on how we feel. But the thing is, we are not how we feel, if you think about it. Like, mad, the emotion mad does not equal who you are. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It will if you let it determine your actions, your decisions, your behaviors. Yeah, it will. But like me being sad, that doesn't equal me. It doesn't. But it will if I let it influence how I treat people, how I go through life. That's when your emotions become you. But you're so much more than that. You feel different emotions all times of the year. Are you all of that? No, you're you. And discipline will allow you to take control. You as a person can take control, not the emotions that are attached to you. It'll allow you to make the decisions. Like I just said, shit, I want the fried chicken. I'm feeling it. That's good for my soul. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, comfort food is a thing. It's good for my soul. Is it good for my body? No. That's where the discipline comes in. Because it's like, even though I feel like eating the fried chicken, I'm not gonna let how I feel determine my decision. My decision gonna be the grilled chicken because I know that's aligns with my goal. You gonna take control. Your emotions don't take control no more. Why should it? Tell me that. Why should your emotions take control? You should. And that's what discipline is going to do for you. Because like I said, it's proof. But discipline without emotions, because there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be that day of the week. Let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you was feeling good. Fucking Thursday came and threw you off. Thursday came and it just threw you off. Something threw you off on Thursday. And now you don't feel like doing what you need to do. So you could just be like, oh, since I don't feel like it, I'm not. You see, that's you being a slave to the emotion. But no, when you still stay disciplined and still do it anyways, that's like a signal being sent to your brain. Your brain is getting rewired because your brain receives a signal like, oh, even though she feel or he feels some type of way, you still gonna get it done. They still gonna get it done. So the brain is like, oh, okay, then. So don't give a fuck how she feel, how he feel. You see that neural pathway in your brain that understood the fact that, okay, this person is going to operate depending on how they feel, that changes. When you still complete the task, even if you feel some type of way. Because then that, like I said, is sending a signal to your brain, okay, this person can be sad, but they still going to get it done. So now that becomes more automatic. Like I'm trying to tell you, you're changing your life just being disciplined. You trust yourself a lot more. Internally, you become a different person, and that's gonna express in the outside world, But you gotta give it some time. You gotta give it some time. You feel me? Same thing, like how you feel internally. That's gonna it catches up later, because like let's say you're starting a fitness journey and like internally you believe in yourself, you have faith it's gonna follow through, but like you're not gonna get your results until 2 years later. That's the external trying to catch up. It's trying to catch up. But still, discipline, you're building that internal trust. And trust is gonna carry out. You can bet that. You trust that you can bet on yourself. Because you have proof that you've been following through. Time and time you've been showing up day for day. And nobody can tell you haven't, because it's proof that you have. Nobody can even tell you that you haven't. Come on. For real, Mo. Stay disciplined. Do not stop. I mean, like, come on. You peep how much you've been following through. Trust that. I keep on doing it. And then when you keep on doing it, even if you just started last week or you started last year, that's going to be weeks on weeks and years of discipline stacked on each other, and weeks and weeks and years of trust being stacked on in you, bro. Do not stop. Stay disciplined. Big Bar Bizarre out.